I'm Kyle Farley with the AMPM Guide Service and Hooked in Travel. Today we're going over the Lowrance HDS systems with the lives, the ELITEFS, the Gen 3s and ups, and including the carbons. Today we're going to go over programming for ice fishing and how to set it up.
Alright guys, right now we have a live 12 that we're doing the seminar on. This is the ice transducer from Lowrance. It's either the PTIWBL or the 9P ice transducer. So that's take your boat unit, your front boat unit, the smaller one, and put an ice transducer in gel cell and go ice fishing. That's what we're going to show you today. So the first things first, we're now going ice fishing. We're not summer boating, we're ice fishing. So we go on the gear button, we go to our sonar button, we go to installation, and we're going to tell the unit we have an ice transducer. Our ice transducer is a PTIWBL. So we've told the unit which transducer we have, it fine-tunes itself to that transducer. Next thing we're going to do, the mode is going to be on ice mode because we're ice fishing. Next thing we're going to do is set up the information based on ice fishing, not on summer fishing. Hit the power button, hit the edit, get rid of the water temp because there's no temperature probe on the ice transducer, delete, and we're going to add. We need to know our battery level, so we go to other, we have our supply voltage, we put on our time of day because it gets dark early, so we'd like to know what time we're ice fishing at. Make the time bigger, move it down here, battery supply, move it down here, make it bigger, and make the depth bigger so we can see it. So we've got our depth, our voltmeter, and our time of day. Save it. All right, let's set this unit up. We're going to set up screen number 1 right now. We go to our advanced mode. We turn off the top filter because we don't need to see what's on the very top. We go to the scroll speed and we want to go to 6 times. So we want the unit to scroll across a lot faster so we can see our jig and the fish coming through quicker. We go to the options list. We go to number 13 palette if you're not colorblind, so we can see the hardness of the bottom, and I want to see the amount of silt off the bottom. So in this fake simulation method, we're going to go back, go to our sensitivity. In this situation, we're going to turn down the sensitivity or up until we see the silt level. So we're just going to turn it up just a notch so we get the silt on the bottom and the fish above the silt. Now I'm going to try to stop the screen and I'm going to show you the level of ability of this unit. I hit the zoom in button. Right now we're in 28 feet of water. I hit the zoom in once. 16 to 28, hit the zoom in again. 19 to 28, hit the zoom in again. 21 to 28, hit the zoom in again. Hit the zoom in again. I have 8 zoom ins here. So I've got 23 to 27 feet of water, which is an incredible feature because I want to see the target separation as best as I can. Now, let's use another feature on this that no flasher in the world has. We are going to create a page right here, and we're going to go fishfinder with fishfinder because the one screen is zoomed in like crazy and the other one is a non-zoom in or wider cone. So this screen's been programmed. Now we touch this screen. We go to clear cursor. We go to advanced. We have to set it the same as the other unit. So we go to advanced. We turn off the surface clarity just like the other screen. We increase our scroll speed 6 times just like the other screen. And then we go to more options, put it back on color number 13, just like the other screen, which is unfortunately switched back to demo mode. So I go back on this screen, go back to color number 13. So as an example, one unit is zoomed in from 32 to 41 feet, one 0 to 41 feet. So that gives you tight to the bottom and fish that are further out or up on top. Now, let's understand the system. Right now, we're going to zoom out on the left screen. So we back, zoom out, zoom out. So we have the same view. Now, 200 kilohertz in Lowrance talk means 19-degree cone. I want a tighter cone. I go to high chirp. This is important if you're ice fishing, especially if there's a lot of people fishing around you. There's no flashers out there with high chirp, which is 3 times more detail in half the area. So we're going to run high chirp and not crosstalk with the flasher guy beside us. Now we're going to touch this screen, and we're going to go to a wide cone, which is 83, which is 140 degrees. So I got 6 degrees on this side, I got 140 degrees on this side. Why is this important? This is zoomed in, this is not zoomed in. This one I can see my jig, this one I'm not going to see my jig because the coverage area is approximately 900 square feet in 80 to 90 feet of water. So the coverage area of this is so great, you're not going to see your jig. This one is a 6 degree cone because we're on high chirp, which means you will see your jig. If you don't see your jig, you haven't turned up the zoom or the sensitivity, so you see the blue zigzag. Okay, right now the demo screen is not very good on this. So what we're going to show you is the secrets to running the wide cone versus a narrow cone. First things first, I'm going to turn the sensitivity down just a notch on this one. As I turn it down, it clears the screen a notch. And I'm looking for a blue arch. Blue arches means it's far from the cone. So I don't see anything on this screen, on the demo screen. Right now I see lots like bait fish and stuff, but let's pretend I don't see a lot of stuff on this screen because it's such a tight cone. When I see a blue arch on this screen, it's a larger fish outside the cone angle. So we're just going to wait until we see something on the demo screen. We can try this one here. So there's a fish right here that, so let's pretend we don't see anything on this screen, but we see a blue fish right here. We hit the waypoint button. We're going to save it as a green colored fish, and we save it. So we've saved waypoint number 001. I go to the map screen. I zoom into the map screen, and it's going to tell me that fish number 001 is 104 feet behind the hole. So when you mark a fish on the fish finder, it's going to show you where it's sitting on the hole. This is a beautiful feature of all Lowrance Touch units. So I've marked my fish, waypoint number 2, for example, 1, which is a green fish, and it's showing me where it's sitting on the cone. I don't see the fish on this screen because he's really wide of me, but I can send my fish to my fishing partner to that area and tell him to drill a hole, and now he's in the area where the fish are. Beautiful feature. Now, let's say you've worked very hard and you finally caught a fish on a MIGS, and you've had to make that white fish come up and down 5 times. A beautiful feature on all Lowrance touch screens, so I'm just going to go to the fish finder screen, go back to color number 13. You'll have to excuse this. So back to color number 13. Every 4 minutes it kicks out of demo mode. Go to sensitivity. We're just going to turn the sensitivity down a bit. Okay, so the cool thing about Lowrance units is if I just caught a whitefish and I've tried 5 times because I saw 5 whitefish come through the screen, I get 10 minutes of recall across the top of the screen. So let's say at the 8-minute mark, it shows me zig, 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 and the fish coming up, down, up, down, up, down. So you have an idea of what you did to make that whitefish bite if you recall what you did. Beautiful feature, the 10-minute recall of what you've done. Another really good feature, when you catch the fish, you've watched what you've done, and you can see the type of fish coming through. A whitefish comes through the screen like a drunken sailor, if you will, going up and down, up and down, up and down, and a lake trout comes through the screen as a blue stripe. When you see lots of little blue fuzz with a bigger fish, that's telling you the smelt are coming through and there's a bigger fish inside the smelt. You can't do that on any flasher. That's why these units work so well. Now, I want to use the flasher screen because my friend told me the flasher is better than the sonar, which we've just proven is false. But you want to use a flasher. You go to your split screen, you put the flasher on it. Here's your silly flasher, but when you turn on the silly flasher, you still get the sonar, so you can still reference what you're looking at. Flashers don't work well because it's going to tell you the depth of the lake. It's going to show you stuff when you turn up the sensitivity so you can see the flasher bar going this way, but you can't tell if it's a whitefish or a lake trout because a lake trout goes through so fast you might miss it on a flasher, but on the sonar you can see it come through the screen. So that's why we try to tell people not to use the flashers. So we go back to the no split, and that's how we set up the unit for ice fishing. So the unit has broadband, which means I can mark the fish that are far from the cone angle. You can run any 2 cone angles. The chirp cone angles will not crosstalk with any flasher, so it's awesome when you're fishing beside other guys and everyone's cross-talking on their sonars. Last but not least, the broadband feature shows you the repeat or the playback of what you saw. A feature that Kyle's mentioned earlier on his videos is setting up your iPhone, your iPad, your Galaxy Pad, or your Galaxy phone to the system. We hit the gear button, we go down to wireless, we set our phone or tablet by typing in the VIPN number onto the phone. Our phone, we would have downloaded the Link app, which is free on the App Store. So when I turn on my fish alarm, so we're going to turn on our fish alarm. We've turned on the fish alarm, which is under Fish ID. And that way it's on my cell phone, so when I walk to my friend's ice hut, when my fish alarm goes off, I'll have to go back to my hut and catch that fish, which will guaranteed upset my friend because he doesn't have that feature on his silly flasher.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our YouTube video today. If you like it, please like and subscribe. Was it Lowrance set up for the HDS system? All right.
Yeah.
Just double check. Okay.
We hope you've learned
you do
how
some,
to...
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Hey guys, I hope you guys learned how to use your system that you already own on your boat, and I hope you apply some of these excellent features for ice fishing for your ice use by just buying an ice transducer and a gel cell. The key is to understand your broadband, the key is to understand the amount of silt on the bottom, and the key is to understand the playback of what has happened so you can become a far better ice fisherman by knowing what your jig is doing to the fish.
Thanks for watching our video today. If you like it, please like and subscribe and share. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.